So here, those are the two methods. So here we are picking up Red Hat family, and we have M-based installation, and whereas you can also use Python-based installation by using Python installer, Python a module installer, which is pip. Okay. So for both these installations, you need to have the EPL repository enabled so that there won't be any issue while installing these particular packages. Okay, so without that, what happens, we'll see anyhow, and then we'll go for EPL installation too. And here I would like to show you that both the operating systems are etc CentOS release. It is 7.4, and the same thing on the node which I am using to connect. So here I have Ansible server and I have Ansible node. Okay, so here I would like to go for the documentation of Ansible. So docs.ansible.com, and here I have Ansible documentation. Or if I'm preferably looking for only installation, I would like to go for under popular topics installation. And here it is telling you, so Ansible supports wide variety of operating system or distributions. So here I'm using M-based installation. I'm going to install M-based installation because I'm using a CentOS operating system. So after that, we'll go for a pip-based installation also. Let's go to M-based installation, and here they are providing you the information like where you can download. And here this is the link actually which I'm looking for. Sorry, here is the one. So Ansible will have RPMs and M repo available at this particular link. Okay, let me open this particular link in new tab. So something wrong actually here. So the document is still pointing to the same web page, which it shouldn't do. What I'll do is I'll just copy this URL and put it on the browser directly. Yes, so here is the one. So here are three directories you have. So one is release, that means the final release, and whereas preview or nightly are development releases. I'll just like to go for release. And in release, so here you have multiple directories. We are using EPL Linux, which is uh, I mean EPL 7 we require because we are using CentOS 7 operating system. So I would like to go inside that, and inside that you have two versions, 2.3.2 and 2.4.0 O.O. I would like to go for 2.4 version. So I click copy link address. I can go and install in Ansible server. So I can directly install by using install. And I'm trying to do this without having EPEL installed. Okay, and what it is going to tell, let's see. So here is an error. So Ansible is looking for some of the packages, which those packages are not available inside the server, and hence you require EPEL. Okay, so EPL will provide you additional packages which Ansible is looking for, and I can go and enable EPL. So for that, enabling EPL, I'm trying to go for EPL repo in Google. So here is a website I'm using. So EPL Fedora project. So this is the one, and here it supports two different operating systems currently. So you have CentOS 7 and CentOS 6, right? So which is nothing but EL7 and EL6. I would like to go for EL7, and I would like to take this URL and install this first. So EPL is nothing but it enables some repositories under etc m.repos.d. All right, it's done. So you can just make it fast, make so that it just loads what all the things it has under EPL repository. It's done. Now I can just go and view like how do we install Ansible. So Ansible is under this particular URL. Now it goes and installs. Can you see that? So it just resolves the dependencies because some of the repositories, some of the packages are coming from EPEL. You can observe this here. Okay, so those are available under EPL repository. So now my Ansible server is installed, and I can just verify by using Ansible -- version. So I would be getting the answer like 2.4. So this is one way of installation, whereas another way of installation is by using Python installer. Okay, so for that, before do that, I would like to remove Ansible package, remove Ansible, and Ansible is no more. And if you view -- version, so it is telling that there is Ansible no more, no such file or directory. And here I just want to go for pip install Ansible, and also for this also you are going to get an error, so which is nothing but pip package is not installed. I'd like to go and install pip command, so yum install and python 2 hyphen pip. So this python 2 hyphen pip also which will be picked from EPL, and hence I have mentioned that so both the installation methods would require EPL enabled. Okay, so I'm done installing Ansible server. Now I can just go and Ansible. Oh, you haven't done pip install Ansible. It just goes and downloads that particular version. So you can see here your Ansible has been installed successfully. So successfully installed Ansible 2.4, and you can now give Ansible hyphen hyphen version, so which is also giving a 2.4. So either of the way you just okay, it get installed. So the only the requirement to install Ansible here is you should have a Python version which is more than 2.6, and my CentOS 7 operating system coming up with Python 2.7, which is okay. Okay, so this is how you install Ansible server. And I have some one node here, and I would like to communicate to that particular node from my Ansible server. So we usually, so it is a recommended way to keep all those servers in a file, so which we call it as inventory file. I'm going to take the IP address of that particular server. I would like to keep it under my inventory. So then wait. Now I would like to go for Ansible and hyphen I. My inventory file is this one. And in order to connect to that particular server, I require username and password. And if I don't know all the options of that particular Ansible, I would like to pick hyphen hyphen help, and would like to see is there any options for remote user. So hyphen u. So I would like to use that. So Ansible hyphen I inventory, and I want to connect to all servers. And with the username, I have root user and my password is available. I would like to use password. So to get the password, to ask for password, I'm using hyphen K option. So I'm just telling my Ansible, you ask the password, I'll provide the password. Okay, and here and one final thing, so which I would like to run one module. So ping module. So ping is a module which will verify the connection to the server, and along with that, it just goes and verifies whether the Python is also installed on the remote node or not. And if you hit enter, so while you are connecting and it is asking for the password, I'm giving abcd at the rate 321, which is the password I have given on the server. So here it is telling you so that there is an option, so use a SSH password instead of a key is not possible because host key checking is enabled, and SSH does not support this. So what is this host key checking is enabled, and how do so disable that is you have some options out there, so where you can provide strict host key checking and you can disable that particular one, and I'll show you how do you do that now. So by using SSH common args, or and alternatively you can do another way, but so I would like to use only the command line for this particular session, and I would like to use only this much. So I'm going to use it. So there is an SSH option, so which it usually asks for yes or no whenever you try to connect for the first time, and I would like to disable that. If you do SSH to a particular host for the first time, it does a SSH handshake, and at that time, so it asks you yes or no, right? So it's a fingerprint storage. I just want to disable that particular one, strict host key um, checking equal to no, and enter. So that will disable the option, and I give abcd at the rate 321, which is the password, but still it is failing. mm, Strict host key checking or strict host key check. So yeah, so that is actually not that way. So it should be under double quotes. The option which we provide is not equal to, we usually use it with space, and hence it is not considering. So it is a just use it this way, cd at the rate 321. Still it is not happening. You have an option, so let's go and see this. It is that, and how do we use usually that options? Let me go for man space Ansible. I doubt actually you have that option. Man Ansible, no manual entry. So SSH common args, and I think we need to provide as is like SSH. So I need to enable an option also by using -o. So this also I am thinking it also should be provided, and enter. So still that is also not taking. So here it is telling like host key checking is enabled, and I would like to disable it. So you have a lot of ways actually. So let's try to do it on the server level. So I can go and create SSH directory and do ls. You don't have any files here, and you can make like VIM config, and here I'll make like host star, and it is strict host key checking is equal to no, if I'm not wrong. So save and quit, and along with that you just need to change the permissions of the config, and let's go back and try. So which now you don't require to provide that option at all. So without that option you would be able to connect to the server. So because you have provided the SSH layer, Ansible uses SSH in the backend. So you got the response which is Pong. That means it is able to connect to the server without any issue. Assume if you have a key and you would like to connect with key, I have a key which is with a user called as admin. I have a user and a key is given to that particular user. And I can hyphen private hyphen key, which is nothing but admin term file, and a -m ping. So in this case, I'm trying to connect with admin user and with private key. So still I'm able to connect to the server. So that's how, okay, you can start Ansible from here. Okay.